that you can have an independent, autonomous trading system to produce AI, it can't work. Okay? Ultimately, you need a nation state to back it with military power, with resources, with people. All right. Okay, let's keep on going with Isaiah.
Awesome day, John and wife. Thanks for the love you have shared together to create such treasured content and family. I'm going to list some topics and cues, and I'd like to know the most important things you'd like to share about each one you choose. 1. Unconditional love. 2. The good side of Kabbalah. 3. Non-dual awareness. 4. Fertilized crisis.
Okay, all right, sorry. So I'm sorry. This is like way too long. I appreciate the question, but this is going to take too long. Okay, so let me just look at the top 2. Unconditional love. Unconditional love is something that once you achieve, it changes you forever. Okay, and you basically achieve unconditional love when you have a child for the first time, because you have to love your child unconditionally, because a child is without experience. Okay. The good side of Kabbalah, there are many good sides of Kabbalah. I don't understand why Kabbalah is put in such a negative light. But Kabbalah, it's a very powerful way of understanding the world and forces you to think very deeply about your place in the world. Look, the reality is that if you go to American University, there are 2 ethnic groups that are pretty dominant in academia in America. They are the Indians and the Jews. The Indians have a Vedic tradition, the Jews have a Kabbalah tradition. This is not an accident, okay? If you really want to be creative, and we've said this in the past, you need to understand the occult. The Kabbalah forces you to wrestle with the occult and recognize that beyond the mature world, there are these deep mystical questions that can guide your life. And by dealing with these questions not only will help you better understand your place in the world, but they will also advance your own scientific inquiry. Okay? All right.
Okay.
Can you keep going?
Yeah.
Just read this. My question is, what do you think?
Yeah. My question is, what do you think of the yoga cycle? And according to universal laws, why do institutions like the Roman Empire to exist? The Kabbalah speaks of Earth being a centrifugal forge, essentially the Earth being cycles upon cycles upon cycles, Fibonacci sequence, samsara, etc.
Okay, stop. Okay, all right. So this is a really important idea where for thousands of years, humans have come to an understanding, which is the world works in cycles. You rise, you fall. You live, you die. There's summer, there's winter. There's nothing you can do about this. What is hubris? What is stupid? What is arrogant? Is to believe that you can stop history, you can end history. And that can only lead to destruction. Okay? So that's a world we live in today where it is natural for the American Empire to decline and to go away. That's just human history. That's just a cycle. But they're suffering because the American Empire refuses to go away. It refuses to die. And therefore, we must suffer. Okay? But there's nothing that you can do about this. And the more you resist, the greater the pain, the quicker the fall. Okay? And this is something that all religions teach us. Just accept the life cycle. Okay? Saying that empires decline is the same as saying that an earthquake is coming. Okay? Can you stop an earthquake coming? No. You just have to prepare for it. An empire decline, same thing. It's just a natural cycle. Okay? All right. This is from Sarah.
Yeah. Take noted, I'm very interested in the live streams. I hope it is the basics for the school you would like to build up. I'm gonna be present, thinking of good question for the last class. Thank you.
Great. So yeah, exactly. I'm very excited about our first live stream, which is scheduled for next Sunday at 9 a.m. in Beijing time. That'll be like 9 p.m. in New York on the East Coast. I understand that there'll be many people around the world who will not be able to participate in the live stream, especially people from Europe. Okay, but the idea is that we'll change the timing of the live stream as time goes by. Okay, in order to accommodate more people. But Sarah is absolutely right. I'm doing this in order to in order to form the basis of a school community. And this is all an experiment, but we'll try the first live stream next Sunday, June 7th, okay? So I'll send a note to all founding members that we'll be doing this live stream as an experiment. And then after June 7th, a week later, I'll do a live stream for all paid subscribers on Substack. All live streams will be eventually uploaded to my YouTube channel, so no one will miss the content. But during the live stream, only founding members or paid subscribers will be able to participate, okay? All right, keep on going.
Hello, Professor. I want to begin by saying your lectures have given me an
Sorry, can you just go to the question?
Okay. My question focuses on the takeaway from Denton's Divine Comedy and the great books, specifically the argument that we can only move closer to the divine, unlock our imagination, and find the motivation to achieve greatness by directing our love toward another human soul. How does this framework account for individuals who find this exact same spiritual and creative awakening through non-human subjects? For example, consider someone who grew up isolated, without supportive parents or an interest in romance, but who form a deep, profound attachment to colors, sounds, or concepts. If their intense love for painting, music, sports, or technology provides the exact same drive and beautiful imagination, can that abstract devotion serves as an equivalent path to the source? Are they not adding to the imagination of the universe and expanding it as well?
Okay, this is a really good point. Yes, it is true that in Divine Comedy, I say that the way to activate our love, our connection to the monad, is by connecting with another person, by loving that person unconditionally, like a child or a mother or a partner. But what if you are, for whatever reason, alone in the world, and you are nonverbal? You express yourself through colors, and you can still connect to the monad. The monad is still in you, okay? And you're right. There are lots of people who are like that, like Vincent van Gogh, who produced tremendous artwork. Okay, so the point is that anyone and everyone can produce great beauty in the world because of our connection to the monad. The question is, as a society, how tolerant, how generous, how loving are we? Okay? And the more generous, the more tolerant, the more loving we are as a society, the greater our creativity. And so the example I use would be autistic children in schools. I have researched autistic children. They're not that different from you and me. They just have limited emotional regulation, meaning that they make noises in class. But teachers don't accept that. It's like, no, if you're making noises in class, then you are a problem. Therefore, you should be on medication. Okay? So that's the society that we live in today, which is extremely intolerant, which is extremely selfish, very individualistic. And so if we're truly to love every child, then we need to transform our society that is much more loving and generous. Okay? All right. Keep on going.
Which part? Okay. Professor, thank you for everything you have done and what you continue to do. In your lecture, Trump World Order, you discuss a potential grand plan being carried out by Trump. From my understanding, you believe that the failures of the US in the Middle East may ultimately lead to a decline of the US empire globally, but the rise of the American nation in this scenario, US will be forced to retreat and return focus on the Americans where there is an abundance of natural resources. Being forced to retreat, the American global empire is hurt significantly, but it may be better for the actual citizens of America. By focusing internally, America will stop overextending itself abroad, which will actually help the country. Do you truly believe this is Trump playing 4D chess, or is this just a lucky result where America basically stumbles into success in the Americans? Is there an unknown party behind Trump that is driving him to make these decisions?
Okay, Trump is not playing 4D chess, okay? Trump is stupid. He's playing 4D chess in American politics where he's trying to get a third term, okay? That's what he wants. But the idea that Trump has this grand vision how to make America great again, that doesn't really work, okay? What America is doing, what it's doing is, this is how an empire behaves in decline. An empire would prefer to control the world through soft power. And this is true for the past few decades, where America could control the world through Hollywood, through newspapers like the New York Times, through an image that America is a benevolent power, okay? And for the longest time, that was the case. But now that the world's turning against America, America has no choice but to use force to make people obey its will. When you do that, eventually the world is going to unite against you, okay? So this is not about America shifting strategy, making America great again. This is about an empire in decline will always use force in order to maintain its advantage over the world. The problem with this is that once you leave the world, once you retreat back into your own territory, then the conflicts among the elite become internalized. So before, the conflicts could be projected overseas, okay, to reduce the conflicts internally. Once they retreat back, then they're forced to fight each other, okay? And who's the people behind Trump? Well, it's the people who want to use American power in order to promote their own